Hey everybody, Mazim here with another GTA 5 video, and today I'm going to be showing you another connection I made between GTA 5 and Bully, and of course Bully being another game that Rockstar put out in 2008. Now, if you didn't see my last video, I will leave a link to it in the description below, and I definitely recommend you check it out because I showed you guys that there is more of a connection between the Bigfoot Easter egg and the game Bully than just Jimmy Hopkins being the person in the Bigfoot suit. Jimmy Hopkins, of course, being the main protagonist from the game Bully, but definitely check it out. It will blow your mind. And moving on, because I want to get to what I want to show you in this video. Now, as you can see, I am cruising around Los Santos here with my main man, Trevor. And this topic of conversation is going to kind of be about Trevor here, but more on the side of the topic of Trevor's mother. Now, I really wanted to start off this video with a cutscene, but the cutscene that I wanted to start off the video with apparently is one of the ones you cannot replay. That, of course, being the one of Trevor's mother. If you really want to see the cutscene I'm talking about, so you can get a better idea of what I mean, I'll definitely leave a link to one in the description below so you can see it. And just to kind of give you guys a quick background, and again, spoilers if you have not yet beaten the game. But once you do beat the game and you do not choose the option to, of course, kill Trevor upon returning to his trailer, you will encounter his mother. And after a not so very happy mother and son reunion and a lot of verbal bashing, Trevor is sent out to get his mother a truck of dilutamol, which is a drug that she appears to be addicted to. Now, once you return to the trailer to complete the mission, you find that Mrs. Phillips is no longer there. And at that point, she is no longer seen nor heard from in the game anymore. Now, there is plenty of speculation that the entire time might have been a delusion. There is even information on the GTA 5 wiki, which we will go over to in a few seconds, that gives the possibility that she may have actually died post 2013. However, if you check Trevor's Life Invader page and check a post from good old Ron, he actually mentions that he found Trevor's mom attractive and wouldn't mind being hooked up with her. So maybe Ron can confirm that Trevor's mother does exist. However, we can't be sure as we have never seen her again in the game. Anyway, what we're going to do now is we're going to kick it over to the good old desktop classroom, and I'm going to show you how we can take Mrs. Phillips back in time down the good old Rockstar timeline, as I'm calling it. So we're going to go on over there, and I'm going to show you some possible connections between Mrs. Phillips and a past Rockstar character. All right, here we are at the GTA wiki page, and we have Mrs. Phillips, aka Trevor's mom's page, brought up. And just one thing I want you guys to keep in mind before I proceed is that Trevor is not able to interact with his mom until after the post-game credits. So you cannot see this character or interact with this character until after you have beaten the game. Okay, so now moving on, just a little background information on Mrs. Phillips. She was absent from Trevor's life because she was sentenced to jail for an unknown amount of time. Of course, the sentence also, which is unknown, but Rockstar hints at it possibly being because of drugs, as of course she is addicted to dilutamol, as we know from the last mission. Now, as far as her name goes, we do, of course, know her last name is Phillips. Her first name, however, is only speculated as Betty, and that is due to one of Trevor's personal vehicle's license plates being Betty 32, which is also why her birthday is rumored to be 1932. Now, of course, her husband is unnamed on the Wikipedia for whatever reason, and she also had another son, Ryan. And if you meet the NPC Graham while playing with Trevor, Trevor will actually make mention that Graham reminds him of Ryan, and that Trevor was happy when Ryan died in his quote unquote accident. Now, one last thing I want you to pay attention to is the way Rockstar made Trevor's mom look. They did make her look a specific way, as you can see. She does have the short haircut with the reddish brown hair. She's rocking the leopard skin shirt with the big old golden necklace that you can obviously see hanging around her neck there with the big earrings, okay? Now, Rockstar does things for particular reasons, and they also notate things for particular reasons. And I want you to see this one other thing here on the wiki, and that they actually wanted to notate that they gave her the leopard print and all the accessories there, modeled after, of course, Peggy Bundy from Married with Children. All right, so we're going to jump on over to Bully now. All right, and here we are once again on Jimmy Hopkins' page, our main protagonist of the game Bully, and of course, Bigfoot in GTA 5. And why I brought us here is because Jimmy and Trevor actually share a connection, which is they both only have one interaction with their mother throughout the entire game, and then in which the character of the mother is never seen again. Now, I will put a link to the video of the opening cutscene in the description below. That way, you guys can take a look at it and see the similarities for yourself. But just real quick, we know that Jimmy's dropped off at Bullsworth Academy by his mother, who again isn't exactly a Mother of the Year candidate. She's with her newest husband, husband number 5, and they are about to drop off Jimmy, who has been already kicked out of 7 previous schools due to other violent acts, and this is his last shot before juvenile hall, already sharing a few similarities with Trevor, but that's not our kind of focus right now. Our focus is going to be on Jimmy's mother. And here we are on Jimmy's mother's page, and right off the bat from the photo, you can see some similarities between the two characters. The hair type seems to be the same. We're going to do a better photo by photo comparison in a little bit, but the hair is obviously the same. They're both rocking the leopard print on their shirts. They got the very apparent necklaces with the big earrings. It just appears, of course, that Jimmy's mom is a little younger. Keep in mind that they never say Jimmy's mom's name throughout the entire game. She is just known as Mrs. Hopkins, but again, she has been married, from what we know at this point, at least 5 times. Now, aside from looking similar and both being two pretty crappy parents, there is one other connection that the two mothers do share that could indeed make them the same person. We do know that Jimmy's mom has gone through 5 husbands, maybe in an attempt to find a father for Jimmy or a better father figure for Jimmy. In the cutscene with Trevor's mom, towards the end, she does reference to Trevor to bring her back a man. That way she can have a father figure for Trevor as well. And while being married at least 5 times does not make you a prostitute, it is insinuated by Gary, who is the main antagonist, like we said in my last video in the game Bully. He implies in one of the missions that Jimmy's mother made her living on her back, which of course did not make Jimmy too happy and raged out in one of the missions, similar to how Trevor goes and loses it in his rampage missions without all the bloodshed, obviously. And here is that side by side comparison. And as we can see, other than the generation gap of graphics between the two, it really looks like Rockstar intended these two characters to be similar. And with the information I went over in this video, I would even go as far as to say they are the same person, plus the information I revealed to you guys in my last video, on top of information I haven't even revealed to you guys yet. I still have a couple of more things I haven't even told anyone about. So I'm really starting to see a timeline between these Rockstar games. One, from what I know, has started in at least 2008, which is when Bully was released. It could very well go on before that. However, I haven't looked back into the older games yet, so I definitely will. If you guys have any information, I would definitely love it. Please put it in the comments below. And just for you guys that just need that little bit of extra proof just to excite you, I'm going to leave you with this.
I gotta go mess with my project. Take this.
No sweat.